The cold metal clicked shut around Sophia's wrists right there on our own damn driveway, while the morning sprinklers hissed like they were laughing at us. I stood frozen with our property deed fluttering in the breeze like worthless confetti, watching my wife blink back tears as two cops nodded along to every word this pastel-suited nightmare was spewing. "Ma'am, we have a report of unauthorized occupancy and obstruction of community access," one deputy recited like he was reading from a script written by the devil herself. The HOA Karen, Susan Call Me Sue Harrington, stood 6 feet away filming on her phone with the smug glow of someone who'd just won the neighborhood Oscars. "My name's Ethan Reed, 47. Spent 20 years crawling through crawl spaces as an electrician until a crooked boss pinned a missing tools theft on me that I never committed. The rumor mill loved it. Ethan the troublemaker. Ethan who got away with it. When we bought this cute 3-bedroom in Oak Ridge Haven last spring, I figured the past was buried. Fresh start. Quiet cul-de-sac. Kids could ride bikes without sirens. Should have known better the second Sue's clipboard appeared like a bad omen. Week 3. I'm out front replacing a busted motion light. Nothing fancy, when her voice slices through the birdsong. "Excuse me, are you the new owners?" Sue steps out of her golf cart like she's descending from a throne, measuring tape swinging around her neck like suburban bling. "I'm Susan Harrington, president of the Oak Ridge Haven Homeowners Association. We take community standards very seriously here." Her smile could curdle milk. She rattles off the greatest hits. "Our fence stain is 2 shades too dark. The welcome mat screams aggressive nonconformity. And apparently our trash cans dared to sit out 12 minutes past pickup. That'll be $350 in immediate compliance fees, plus $75 a month going forward." Sophia appears on the porch, coffee mug in hand, eyebrow already arched. "Funny, our closing docs never mentioned an HOA. Sue's smile sharpens. "Oh honey, city people always miss the fine print. We protect property values. You wouldn't want your investment to suffer, would you?" The way she said city people made my teeth itch. Sophia grew up on a farm. I grew up fixing other people's mistakes. But Sue had already decided we were the enemy. 2 days later she returned with backup. Her nephew Derek, 28 going on mall cop, badge clipped to a polo that read compliance officer. He photographed everything like we'd committed a war crime. The exact angle of our truck on the driveway, the height of our grass, measured at a criminal 2.8 inches. Even the American flag hanging from the porch because apparently display protocols weren't followed. They slapped a final notice under my windshield wiper demanding we repaint the fence by Friday or face escalating enforcement. That night Sophia fired up her laptop. The same woman who once caught a hedge fund manager cooking books for fun. County records. State filings. Nothing. No registered HOA. No articles of incorporation. Sue had filed some cute little LLC 3 years ago, but never bothered with the actual legal hoops. Sophia's grin in the blue glow of the screen was pure predator. She's running a straight-up protection racket dressed in pastel. We didn't scream. We didn't call her. I just installed the military-grade keypad lock on the gate the next morning, while Sophia mounted 4 4K cameras that pinged straight to her phone. Every laminated, private property, no trespassing sign we hammered in felt like planting a flag on our own land. The evidence notebooks started that afternoon, spiral-bound, color-coded, smelling of fresh ink and quiet revenge. 3 days later, Sue showed up with actual bolt cutters. I was inside when I heard Sophia's voice cut clean through the air. "Ma'am, step away from our property immediately, or I'm calling the sheriff." I peeked out the window just in time to watch Sue. Yes, actual bolt cutters, trying to slice our new lock, while Derek filmed like it was a TikTok tutorial. "This gate blocks emergency vehicle access," Sue declared with the confidence of someone who'd lost touch with reality months ago. "The association maintains easement rights." Sophia didn't blink. "Show me the recorded easement." Out came Sue's briefcase of Microsoft Word masterpieces, forged signatures, fake bylaws, the whole clown show. 20 minutes later, a real deputy rolled up. He took one look at our county stamped deed, our survey, our tax records, then at Sue's folder of fairy tales, and shook his head. "Ma'am, these folks own this land free and clear. They can lock it however they want." Sue's face did that thing where it cycles through every shade of rage before settling on nuclear. "This community has standards," she shrieked, clutching her fake papers like a security blanket. "You people clearly don't understand civilized living." She stormed off, but not before shooting us the look that said the war had just begun. What Sue didn't know was that Sophia had been rolling the whole thing. And Deputy Derek? Yeah, her nephew. Conflict of interest bingo. The real fun started Monday when our power died for unauthorized community line usage. Tuesday, the water district showed up investigating illegal well tampering. Wednesday, the health department arrived with soil probes because apparently our septic was now a biohazard. Never mind, we'd had it inspected before closing. Each clipboard visit cost us time, money, and chunks of our sanity while Sue watched from her perfectly manicured porch across the street through binoculars like a suburban hawk. Sophia connected the dots the way only a former forensic accountant can. County records proved Sue had weaponized every city department against anyone who resisted her dues. The Millers down the block had paid $2,000 just to make the notices stop. Old Mrs. Alvarez lost power for 4 days in a heat wave because Sue claimed her oxygen concentrator was overloading the grid. 3 families had sold at a loss rather than keep fighting. Classic mafia playbook with better landscaping. I was at the hardware store buying PVC when Sue's live-in boyfriend Kyle materialized beside me like a bad rash. "Look, Ethan," he muttered over the smell of sawdust and WD-40. "Nobody wants problems. Sue's just maintaining standards. You new folks roll in thinking you can ignore the rules." I set my pipe fittings down nice and slow. "Rules? You mean the ones she invented on her laptop? Or the part where she threatens to accidentally collapse people's docks if they don't pay?" Kyle's smile went predatory. "Accidents happen around here. Lawns flood. Fences fall over in high wind. Would hate to see that beautiful new deck of yours develop mysterious rot." He said it loud enough for half the store to hear. Pete, the owner, suddenly found his bolt display fascinating. Kyle had just handed us a witness to direct threats. That night, our kitchen table became mission control. Sophia's spreadsheets tracked every fake notice, every utility complaint, every dollar extorted. She even dug into Sue's own property records and discovered the ultimate hypocrisy. Our fearless leader's septic system had been failing for 18 months, leaking exactly the contamination she kept accusing everyone else of causing. Classic projection. Sophia laughed without humor. Accuse others of your crimes before they accuse you. Labor Day weekend, we threw a low-key barbecue for the neighbors who'd been quietly paying Sue's fake dues. Burgers, beer, and the slow realization that we weren't alone. Mrs. Alvarez whispered that Sue had threatened to report her late husband's workshop as a hazardous structure unless she kept slipping $50 a month. The Millers admitted they'd handed over nearly $3,000 out of pure fear. The smell of charcoal mixed with something sweeter, solidarity. Around 9 p.m., Sue appeared like a horror movie jump scare, flanked by Derek and her sister Brenda, who looked like she ate rules for breakfast. "This gathering violates noise ordinances," Sue announced, brandishing another laminated lie. "And that fire pit is a clear danger to neighboring structures." Sophia pulled the county fire permit from her back pocket with 2 fingers. "Care to examine the real document?" Sue's face went through several shades of purple before she retreated, muttering about escalated enforcement. At 2:14 a.m., I smelled smoke. Orange flames were licking at the brush between our fence and the common park. Gasoline. Our cameras caught a shadowy figure, billed and gait screaming Derek, fleeing towards Sue's side of the street. Fire marshal took one look at the pour patterns and started asking the kind of questions that make cowards sweat. Pete remembered Derek buying a 5-gallon gas can the day before. The fire didn't destroy us. It united us. 8 families joined our group chat that week. Medical records, bank statements, years of ridiculous violation notices, all flowing in. Sophia started tracing the money. Sue's HOA account held $912, not the $30,000 in reserves she claimed. Personal withdrawals for spa days, designer handbags, even a cruise to the Bahamas. Classic embezzlement wrapped in community standards. Then came the bribe. Sue showed up on our porch one Tuesday evening while Sophia was at the store, envelope in hand. "Ethan, this has gotten out of hand," she cooed, fanning $5,000 in cash across our patio table. "All those silly violations can disappear. You drop the nonsense. convince the others to stop stirring trouble, and we all go back to peaceful living. My phone, recording app already rolling, caught every word. Between us, I've been flexible with enforcement, she added, gift-wrapping her own confession. Sue's desperation turned ugly fast. Smear campaigns, anonymous letters claiming I was violent, calls to Sophia's part-time firm hinting at instability. Derek got caught on camera slashing Mrs. Alvarez's tires and spray-painting snitch on the Miller's mailbox. Even the Garcia's dog disappeared for a day with a note. Accidents happen to families who don't mind their business. Every attack just added another felony to the pile. We set the trap. Sophia sent a certified letter requesting a compliance negotiation meeting. I sat across from Sue at our kitchen table while hidden mics and the prosecutor's equipment recorded everything. She walked right in smiling. See? Reasonable people can always reach an understanding. I let her talk. Admitting the violations were flexible, the dues suggested, the authority understood by everyone who cares about the neighborhood. Every word dug her grave deeper. The county commission meeting was standing room only. Channel 7 cameras rolling. Sophia presented like she was testifying against a mob boss. Forged documents side by side with real filings. Bank records showing personal spending. Medical bills from stressed-out seniors. The arson evidence, my recording of the bribe. When the audio played, Sue's own voice admitting she invented violations, the room gasped. Sue lost it. She shot up purple-faced, pointing at us. These outsiders are destroying everything I built. I protected property values. I maintained standards. Security moved in, but she kept screaming about higher calling and civilized living while they escorted her out. Live on the county YouTube. Viral before the meeting even ended. 17 felony counts. Fraud, extortion, arson conspiracy, impersonating government authority, mail fraud, the works. 4 years in state prison, full restitution, and a shiny new criminal record that'll follow her every pastel step. Derek flipped for probation. Brenda took a plea. Kyle vanished to Nevada. 6 months later, the neighborhood is unrecognizable in the best way. Monthly potlucks instead of fear. Real community standards, no fake ones. Sophia started a consumer protection nonprofit. I launched a YouTube channel fixing people's electrical problems without the HOA tax. The lake. Wait. No. Our little park still sparkles at sunset. Kids ride bikes. Flags fly. And every time I see a new for sale sign on Sue's old house with the failing septic, I smile. So tell me, was Sue the real criminal? Or were the rest of us idiots for letting one woman with a clipboard and a God complex rewrite the rules of basic human decency? Drop your own HOA nightmare below. Who's really wrong here? The Karen who abused the system, or the system that let her? I'm reading every comment. See you in the next one.